made the call, it was just like I'm rapping. I know we left you, now we back together, but I guess that is better now later than never. Like, what's happening? I'ma need y'all quit asking when. Me and my wife gonna have some kids. Right now we just practicing. Teacher said quit rapping, man. That gonna hurt my average. I said, thank God I ain't average. Yeah, I'm a bright young man.
A bright young man.
Kill the GPA and the BPM. Look, we on. So say what you say, cause that's a with Lecrae from.
He coming in hot. This is the Positive Voices show, guys. Oh my gosh, I hope everybody's doing well. This is the Positive Voices show, always giving you more, saying you positive vibes
to change your lives.
I'm your host, Kimone Hall.
And I'm your co-host, Yola, Yoli.
And I'm Dwan, the one to help you through your life journey.
In the house.
Okay. Is it coming?
The one is in the house.
The one is in the house. How are you ladies doing?
Good.
Okay. How are you, Dwan?
Good. I went to a Christmas parade today, so that was
just
fun.
Good.
That's
all right.
Good.
You know what? Good is good. And good is just like, woo, just took it away.
Yeah, I like it.
Yola, why are you so good?
No reason.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I went to Home Depot today.
Yeah.
With my boy, the Micah.
Yeah.
And he picked out our Christmas tree this year.
Oh.
And it is a beautiful tree.
Nice.
So much so that this couple walked by and saw it. Like, oh, what a beautiful tree. I said he picked it up. They're like, wow, good job. It's a beautiful tree, guys. I'm gonna have to take a picture of it and like post it or something. I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, good job, Micah.
But yeah, he picked the tree this year, so that was awesome.
All right, that's good. Are you getting a tree, Dwan?
I think I have. We're gonna get a tree. We're gonna put it up today. Actually, I think after this, we're gonna decorate it.
Okay. I want to get a tree. So Michael is asking for a live tree.
Yay!
And because he likes the smell of the the live tree. So
yeah,
the pine.
I agree.
So,
but they make
it's a lot of work.
No,
it's messy.
No,
they make the live tree smell. You could just spray on the big tree. Oh, not the delay again.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
it's okay. We're just gonna pause so that we can hear what you say. We'll just pause.
Okay.
It kind of reminds me of back in the day. That thing people used to use to make telephone calls. What was it? It wasn't WhatsApp. It was before WhatsApp. It was a little black box, and you stuck it in your computer. What was that called? I don't know, but whatever it was, there was always the delay when you were talking to people, and it was free. And then WhatsApp showed up, but yeah. So it's not messy. It does make your house smell good. You just need to remember to put water in the base of the tree and keep it watered.
Oh yeah, that's
in
right.
the base. That's it.
I forgot about that.
And then another thing you can do is you could put like a plastic bag underneath the base, and when you're done, you could just lift the hole up and have the tree in it. They actually sell things like that, like bags dispose of your tree. So you could do that too.
What size is it? How tall is yours?
Mine is between 5 and 7 feet, so it's about 6 feet.
Okay, awesome.
Nice and full. Nice tree.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into prayer.
Yes. Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord. Thank you so much. We are grateful, Lord. We love you, Lord. Remind us, Lord, that you are always here with us, that you are always here to guide us. Help us get through the rest of this year happy, healthy. If there are any bumps in the road, remind us, Lord, that you are there with us to endure it and that you know all and can fix all. I pray in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right, guys. Reggae Global Radio, Viscosity Blend, Zion Highness Radio, You Choose Radio, Ascension Radio. Guys, we just want to say hello, family, and happy weekend to you. OMG. It is cold here in Atlanta. And I wonder how everybody else is feeling. Let us know how you're feeling today. You can definitely give us a call in. We're going to be talking about myths about relationship. The number is 404-916-5138. 404-916-5138. We'll be posting that soon. Hey, so is there a Yoli's thoughts of the day?
No, there's no Yoli's thought
Huh,
today.
really?
We're going to take a Yoli's thought break.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So nothing happened this week, guys. That's basically what that means. Because people that watch the show and have been watching know that what I talk about for Yoli's Corner is something that happened. Yoli's thought is something that happened for the week, or if the Holy Spirit told me, "Hey, this is what you're going to talk about in your thought." So yeah, nothing today.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing this week. It was a calm week,
Well,
and
that's good.
it went by pretty fast.
Hmm.
I actually remember um, Wednesday because I had a staff meeting.
And you remember the day. Oh
So
my
I
God.
remember what
Okay.
happened on Wednesday. And then I
Good,
woke
good,
up and I
good.
was on the Positive Forces show. So yeah.
Mhm. All right. It's,
Shout out to my partner, Claudette
hey,
Brumfield.
partner.
My partner says, Happy cold Saturday, very cold sisters, South Carolina. All the way
Mm,
from South Carolina. Oh, I know. Gil, we cold here too.
yeah, thank you. Hey, whenever you drop in, please let us know where you're dropping in from. All right. Let us know where you're dropping in from. Say hi to us. And keep it rocking with us here. We're gonna Dwan, is there a thought or a quote or a something that you got
I can think
today?
off the top of my
If
head, but
not
I
today,
always,
then next week or next time is fine.
oh, you nothing I can think of off the top of my head. But I always want to encourage around
Put
this
you on the
time of
spot,
year
Dwan.
about depression with that comes along with the holidays. Just making sure everybody's staying positive, working on self care, making sure they're looking for people or places that are welcoming spaces. That's what's been on my mind lately.
All right.
I like it.
That's good. Self care. Oh my God. So we're just gonna jump in our topic, guys.
Okay.
Y'all ready for that? Before we jump into our topic, just want to remind you, let you guys know that next week, we're gonna be having our marathon, YouTube's radio marathon. Okay, so all the DJs are gonna be on, and everybody's just gonna be back to back and just giving you a little bit of flavor, giving you a little bit more of what they usually do. Next week we'll be on for 2 hours, so we'll be on from 4 to 6 next week. We'll be on for 2 hours. We'll be on from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. next week. We'll have a lot of topics. We'll have some guests, and we're gonna just like have some fun. All right. So please, please, please make sure you log in and join us on youchooseradio.com. Next week as well, Saturday, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. There's a guys, save the date. It's called Comets Club International. They are having their event, Comets Club International and the Mobay Comets Athletics Club. They're meeting from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. next week. You can tune in on youchooseradio.com and you will find the information, and all the live broadcasts will be done there. If you'd like to make a donation of $10 to $25, you can. There's a call in request and you can play your songs. And hey, we'll give you a shout out, and everybody will be able to hear you and hear your songs that you like. All right. So we're going to go into the myths of relationships. So we know that in relationships, there are so many things that people expect, and people just have their own perception of, probably most of it probably given from or gained from soap operas or gained from television, right? So there are a lot of myths to relationships. So one of the myths we're going to talk about would be, how about this? You'll Perfect relationships doesn't require effort. Is that a myth
I've never heard of
or
that
is that
myth
another myth?
before.
Perfect relationships doesn't require effort. Uh,
I've never heard of that before.
It'll be easy. Perfect relationships are easy. And no, never heard of that?
No.
Have you, Dwan?
I've heard of people saying like love is all you need in a relationship. So maybe it's like a play off of that.
Well,
Maybe.
I used to think so. I used to think that perfect relationships, it should not require a whole lot of work because you're in tune, you are, you're gelling, you're with your person, you have good vibes. But we know that that is a myth. We think automatically that these things will come together because you love each other. But we do know that it does take effort, it does take work, it does take time and care and people pouring into each other. And many times, some people will say that, and this was when I was younger. I promise you, I used to think that way. And as I got older, I came to realize that that's not the truth. It does take work. You know, when you're young, you pretty much feel like everything is easy. And if you find somebody and you're with them, you just go with the flow. And if you may not have a lot of money when you're young, so you eat, I don't know, you share a burger, right?
No,
So
you eat ramen noodles.
you eat ramen noodles and share a burger, right? And that's what you do when you're in love. So it appeared to be easier. So, but as you get older, the reality hits, and the bills and the requirements and everything changes as you grow. So it's an experience in different people. So it will take work and care.
I think a relationship myth is your very first love you're going to be with for the rest of your life. And that's the person that you're going to marry. Yeah, I think that's a myth that young people think when you first fall in love, that person you're going to be with for the rest of your life.
Okay. All right. Well,
and I think there's some people that, have been with that person, their first love person. They do get married and all that and stay together and all that. But I think that's a myth. And I think lots of people believe that.
Again, when you're young.
Yeah.
You feel like everything will go your way. And it's just the same thing, piggybacking from what I was talking about. You'll eat whatever and you just go with the flow. So I think I could see that. I could see that. I can see that. How about another myth? Having kids fixes problems. So if you have problems, if you have a child together, it's gonna fix the problem.
Yeah, I've never heard it phrased as a myth, but it's definitely a myth. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think that some ladies get pregnant, or men will purposely get you pregnant, thinking that you guys are that's gonna fix all your problems, or you're gonna be stuck together forever. Yeah.
Right.
And some ladies try to trap men like that. They'll say, well, you know what? I want to be with you and I'm going to have a child for you. And probably don't even tell them. So now it's like, well, we have a baby together. Let's stay close. Let's be together. You can't leave me now. And that is never uh, a fix at all for someone, because that now builds stress. That amplifies the challenges that can occur, that will occur, that usually occur. That's probably already happening. Um, so it only builds on more. And then the woman, most of the time, if not all the time, ends up with the child on her own. And then the guy goes away and she's left with the responsibility of raising this child as a single mom.
I think another one is
Anything
that
on that, Dwan?
Oh, I was gonna say another one I hear a lot is that jealousy means that the person loves you. So I think that's a myth that people carry with them to make it seem like the relationship is passionate. And actually, there's some signs that some things are wrong in that. Some things are wrong in that respect. I think to your point, when you were saying what you were saying, I agree and don't agree with it. So.
Okay. So with the jealousy now, I think it's healthy to be jealous because Jesus himself was jealous, right? He's a jealous God. So I think it's healthy to be jealous. I think now when the jealousy gets out of hand, it's because usually there is something that's causing the jealousy to fester. And I think that
Mhm.
if a partner tells another person, hey, this is, you know, this is a problem, or this can be a problem, and this can cause me to now, obviously, jealousy will show lack of trust. It will show just not lack of comfort, right? So there's something, there's a deficit there somewhere, and both individuals should talk about it and see if they can resolve it or not. But that's an indication that there's an issue.
Yeah, and I think that some relationships, partners try to do things to make the other person jealous, and that's
Wow.
crazy. Thinking that that's gonna, get the person to come to you, I guess, but really just make the person upset. Because whatever you're doing it to get a reaction, and the reaction is being upset. So yeah, I definitely agree with you, Dwan. That is a myth,
Mhm.
and it's
Yeah.
not true. Jealousy does not make your relationship better. It's funny because I don't know if you guys think this is a myth, but um, distance makes the heart fonder. Do you think
Yeah,
that's
that
a
was
myth?
one of the other ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a myth.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
myth.
I think that's a myth. I don't
Mhm.
believe in that at all.
But you see that that way it's going to take individual, right? It's going to. Oh, why not, Duan? Why not? I mean, if you're far away, I'm going to love you from a distance. I'm going to miss you. I'm going to need to see you. I can't wait for you to fly or to drive 2 hours to come see me.
Right.
I
Then,
think
mm.
this is a good insert from my show, Cheater.
Oh Lord.
My
No.
favorite show of all time, Cheaters. People
Mhm.
take notes.
Mhm.
Distance does not make the heart fonder. What it does is
Mm-mm.
everyone on that show, not everyone, but most people, one of the biggest excuses is you are not here. You weren't
Mhm.
here. You're always working. You're
Right
not
out of mind.
here. We don't spend any
Mhm.
time together. You're not here. And it doesn't matter that really hard. I'm doing these things for you. This is why I haven't been around. I'm working so we can have a better life. They don't care about that.
Mhm.
So that is a myth. Distance
Mhm.
does not make the heart fonder.
No. Yeah, it's like out of
It's
sight,
a
out of mind. If
recipe
you
for
don't see this
disaster.
person, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Unless
It
two
is.
no way around it. Like, oh my gosh, now you're building up the anxiety, you're building up the the I can't wait to see you factor. And like, oh my God, you're here, and we're
No.
gonna meet each other, and the
Mm.
build up is just like getting crazy. Isn't that like a thing that people want to feel?
No.
No,
No.
no.
Mm-mm.
I think that the two people, if you agree that you're going to be like, say, a temporary long distance relationship, then you can do
Mhm.
Zoom calls and telephone calls, but you have to actively be around, and you have to know that this person is gonna, not do anything stupid while you're
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
I think it creates suspicion. I
Mm-hmm.
think it creates trust issues. I think
Mm-hmm.
it can create this
Mhm.
loss, and if there is anyone that is lurking around in the distance, and everybody's always watching everybody, okay,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's
Mm-hmm.
always in your business, watching around, lurking, somebody might pounce on you knowing that your person is out of town.
Mm,
Mhm.
mm,
And anyone that in the situation of the person that is at the is the person that is at home, it needs to be aware of that, and know that people are going to try to get at you when your partner is not there.
mm,
And
Mhm.
first of all, are you strong enough to deal with that?
mm.
And if you're
And
not,
be
then
upfront,
don't.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Don't
Right.
do
look,
that.
you know what?
Yeah.
No, I can't. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people can, some people can't. If you can't, just be honest and say you can't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, because it will build the trust issues. Then all of a sudden, then it's going to be where you at, what you're doing. There's too much in, and yeah, that's got the
Yeah.
recipe for not too good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All
Right.
right. How about this? If you love someone enough, you'll never. You had something to on?
No, she was saying right.
Mm-mm.
It's the
Okay.
delay.
Here's another one. If you love someone enough, you'll never feel lonely. If you love someone enough, you'll never feel lonely. Is what we think about that.
The only time that happens is in fantasy books between vampires and regular people, or fays or werewolves. Right?
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, that doesn't happen. You know? No.
So you can be with someone and still feel lonely with the person,
Yeah.
your man.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you can. I think we've
Mm-hmm.
talked about that before.
Why? How?
Well, I think it's because you and that person might not be connecting right. You might not be communicating right. I mean, for people that use the tool of the love languages, maybe you're not, if that's a tool that you use, maybe you don't really know what it means and you're not really doing it. So, or it could just be that both of you are really busy. You're just really busy with work, children, life, whatever. And you don't have the time that you need to put in to each other. And then you end up being in a relationship, but alone,
Mm,
you know?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
So
think.
so those feelings must be addressed. They
Yes,
have to be
definitely.
addressed. Hey, listen, we're together. It's like feeling like you're in a crowd and you're feeling alone, right? So you're
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, we're together, but something's missing. I'm not connecting with you, or I'm not sure what's going on. I feel like there's an issue that we have to talk. Like something's not right. What's going on? And I think that when you're transparent enough, the other person, your partner, should be willing to accept the comments, the feedback, to be able to hear it out and not just say, hey, you're bugging, I'm here. Because you could be here in the same room and we're both on the same page, not together, right?
Yeah,
Not
we're not
connecting.
connecting. We don't see eye to eye at
Mm-hmm.
all.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I want to give a
Yep.
shout out to my Auntie Regina Batiste,
Hi,
all
Auntie.
the way from Texas.
Hey,
Shout out to you,
Auntie.
Auntie. Thanks for
Hmm.
watching, listening to the Positive Forces show.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, I agree with that myth.
Mm.
Kimone, good one. What do you think, Dwan?
As you were talking, I was thinking about like my one of my favorite artists, Tamia. She had a song called, "A Stranger in My House." So yes, you can very well feel alone while in a relationship with someone. Once you start to feel isolated, once the emotional connection is gone, the intimacy is gone, and you just kind of grow apart from each other. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's, is it a myth? Yeah, it's a myth. So because you can definitely feel lonely while being in a relationship, a marriage, a friendship, any type of partnership.
Mm.
Any type of ship.
Yeah, especially when it's a long, like you've been together for years, especially when the kids are gone and now you're an empty nester.
Mm-hmm.
Now the problem is, do we even know each other? Like we've
Right.
been doing everything around the kids, and now we have to recreate and reconnect, rekindle, find out if there's even love anymore, right? And
Mm-hmm.
and then now the true loneliness, the feeling of loneliness it's going to seep in even more now because the child is gone and the spouse is busy or doing something else or doing their own thing, being their own independent individual, right? So that causes a problem too.
I think some empty nesters do think about what they're gonna do once their kid is out, and it's almost like a celebration
For some, but
for
not for
some,
all.
but not for all. It's like a
Yeah,
celebration,
yeah,
and they're ready, and they know exactly what they're gonna do. And
yeah.
then there's others that, yeah, to your point, Kimon, that need to like reevaluate each other, almost like relearning each other. I kind of feel like it's a beautiful place
Mm-hmm.
to be because it's almost like you're starting a relationship over, getting to know the new person, which I think can be a beautiful thing if both people are open to learning new things about each other, starting to date again,
Mm-hmm.
being for each other again, which you didn't have when you had kids.
Mm, yeah. Wow. It's something to look into because, like, even what, wow, yeah, my son goes off to college soon, like in 2 years, and I'm just like, no, um, so
Mhm.
I can only imagine what that's going to be like. Party Central,
Yeah,
or
party at Kimone's.
party at Kimone's, or is it going to be like crying every day? So, but it's it's good and it's bad because it also shows growth. It shows that generations are growing, and there's progress, and yeah, so yeah. Yeah, it's a reality check with the empty nester situation, because people are, you're looking at yourself and you're like, wow, I'm getting older. I'm older now, and
Mhm.
so yeah, find out. Make sure if you don't have a boo, find that boo. Find a boo and have some fun. Go travel,
Or
right?
if not, just
Yeah.
go on out there and
Go by yourself.
embrace your freedom.
Embrace the freedom.
Mhm.
Have some fun with it, right?
Have fun.
Mhm.
When you have kids, you got to be so responsible.
Yeah,
From the
Mhm.
time they're born till they go to college, even after they go to college, you're still responsible.
yeah. All right. How about this? Your partner should make you happy all the time. Is that a myth?
Good one.
Your partner should make you happy all the myth.
Yes.
Explain why you think so.
Because, I think some people get into relationships and they think that this whole we're in a relationship and this other person's supposed to make you whole. I don't think that works. I
Mm,
think that is a bunch of baloney.
mm,
Yep.
It's a recipe for disaster.
mhm,
You can't have your individual self or individual time, the things that you like when you're all wrapped up in this person, thinking that that person's supposed to make you happy. So check this scenario. That
mhm.
person does something that you don't like, not an argument, just something that you don't like,
Yeah.
whatever it
Oh,
is. Now all of a sudden you're unhappy because that person did that thing.
yeah.
Yep.
Really? Do you see my face?
Yeah.
No, that's a myth. The person you're with is not supposed to make you happy all of the time. Okay.
Exactly.
There's no, I think it's a very high expectation to put on
Mm,
someone, a high and unfair expectation
mm.
to put on anybody that you're with.
I
That person's
agree.
always supposed to make you happy. What?
Yeah, I agree. See,
Mhm.
when I was younger, I used to think the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you are younger, you think that the person is your world.
Yeah, they're gonna make me
They're gonna,
happy.
I make them happy,
We're
they make
always
me
gonna be
happy.
happy. I do things
Yeah,
to make him happy. I'm gonna do dumb things to make him happy.
right,
Oh yeah.
right, right,
Mm-hmm.
right. And then you grow up and you were like, wait a minute now,
Wait a
that's really not
minute.
the real world.
Whoops.
Lisa, how you doing, Lisa? Good evening to you. And happiness, she said, happiness is an inside job. Absolutely, Lisa.
Agreed. Mhm.
It
Way to
had,
go,
I agree.
Lisa.
For me to say, hey, you have to make me happy and all the time, that's a
Yeah.
lot of work. So who
That
makes
is,
your person happy?
yeah,
You
that's
know,
unfair.
yeah, definitely unfair. What do you think, Dwan?
I agree. I think happiness is that own individual's responsibility, right? You should come into a relationship with your own happiness and not expecting it from somebody else, because then you're giving them responsibility that they have to do, and then that's really selfish, right? Why would I have to make you happy? That's just a very selfish
Mm,
mindset to enter into a relationship with. So I agree. They should not be responsible for your happiness.
you shouldn't be responsible for your happiness. Yeah, yeah.
Agreed. I mean, the person could do
Most,
things that will foster, create happy feelings, but that person's not the responsible to keep you happy all of the time.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a job in itself. That's a job within the job.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And obviously, if someone has to depend on somebody else to make them happy, there's a deficit on the inside. There's a deficit, there's a
Mm-hmm.
self-esteem issue, there's something from childhood, something about loneliness, something. There's always something. There's maybe looking at how the parent used to provide for them and always made sure that they were there and did everything for them. everything, and they were, always within that umbrella of their parents. So now they look at their spouse or their partner and project that upon them, and expect them to be able to do the same thing, coddle them as what their parents did. And I think that now some people, even sometimes, will look at, like a woman will look at the man and think, treat them like that's daddy, and hence the word daddy, right? And they'll say daddy, but and then actually put them in the figure, in the role of a father, as opposed to a husband or a spouse or a partner. And then, when the roles get intertwined, then that can be a problem.
Yeah, daughters look to their dads, and sons look to their moms, and there's this part that's not separated. This woman is not my mother,
right?
She's my wife, and vice versa. So yes, I agree with you, absolutely.
Yeah. Not the wife, not the maid, not the and so many times that gets intertwined. And if you realize that that's happening within your relationship, identify it and let your partner realize the role in which you play, and just try to make sure the fine line doesn't get crossed. Because when the lines get crossed, then that starts a challenge and a problem. And therapy, like you always say, Dwan, is could be a nice way out, a nice healthy medium for two people to now look at each other. And then a therapist like you would probably identify where there's some kind of
deficit
issue that was arising from childhood, that's now stemming in a deficit that was there, right? That's now stemming into the relationship.
Yeah, I think that's very common in people's relationships where you're a daddy's girl or a mama's boy. It's almost like you are looking for the traits from your parents in your partner, and not realizing that these are two individual people, and that the roles are different. And then women and men that act like mommies and daddies. So it kind of blurs the lines and leave people and partners confused. That's the other side too. Some women, they want to be the mommy.
Yeah.
Want
to fix everything.
Right. And some men want to be the dad for his wife. It kind of blurs the lines and leaves everything, kind of confused as roles.
Is it all right? I can understand. I think I more understand the man trying to fulfill a fatherly role intertwined with his husbandly duties. I can see where, because men they like to protect, they like to solve all the problems, they want to be able to be there and help, and daddy does that, right? They want to provide, they want to pay for everything, they want to make sure the household is taken care of. Daddy did that too, right? So I think the fine line now is going to have to be identified to figure out where is it healthy from not healthy. And then but you will feel that. I think that your partner will feel it, like, wait a minute, this something here is a little off. But for you to think that I'm all that you need, that's a problem.
I can see it from the mommy son part also. With some women being enablers to behavior, or wanting to do everything. Wanting to do everything, wanting to fix things, wanting to be not just nurturer, which is what your wife should be, but like a super nurturer. Like over the top. Like a mommy would be for her son.
Like a mom would be for the son. But then the husband could be thinking, well, you're supposed to do that. I expect that from you.
That's where it gets blurry.
Yeah.
And then at some point, someone wakes up and says, I'm so tired. I want to do this anymore.
Conflict.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna just say, like, when people are trying to
Let's have another
usurp
one.
the mother father role in a relationship, is because that's really the only role they've seen their parents in. So they're just mimicking behavior that they've seen their whole entire lives. If you've never seen your parent in a romantic relationship, you really don't know how to
Mm.
be in a role with a partner in that way. So the only way you know how to be with a partner is to be in that mother or father role. Or like on the other side, they just want to control everything because that's probably what they saw in the relationship with their parent. The parent was in control. They felt safe. So they're trying to move that into the relationship with their romantic partner. But once again, I'm sure with therapy and like maybe a partner that's not going to stand in that role for them as a child per se, that's probably when they'll start to understand that this is probably not the way that you act in a relationship.
Hmm.
Well said.
Yeah. Okay. We have a comment?
Yes. From Lisa. Women who didn't have their dads in their lives in childhood can also manifest unrealistic expectations in their partner. Yeah.
Expound on that, Lisa.
I agree
Expound on
with
that.
you. That's a good point.
Yeah.
You're trying to fill this void from your childhood, and you think that this now man figure is to fulfill this void of your absent father, and vice versa.
Right. Or people are looking
Mhm.
at like romantic books, romantic movies, Disney, as far as what they want their partner to look like, act like, what they expected the partner to do. So I think, like what Yola said, yes, they're looking for them to fill all these things that they were missing from childhood. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. How about love means never needing space? Like, I don't need space. I always want my partner around. Is that a myth or not a myth?
You know, I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence. Not because I think my partner should always be around, but because I have seen people that operate that way, where their partner is always around and they're perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
It works for them. It's like them and their partner are the only two people on the island. And then they bring kids, and those kids are on the island with them. And they're perfectly fine with it. It's almost like they finish each other's sentences. Or if I don't remember something, I'm a I don't remember something, but my partner will. It's almost yeah. So I've seen it where it works for people where they are
Codependency.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. I've seen that. So
Is
yeah.
that's codependency?
Yes.
Okay. So and we talked about codependency being not such a great thing because you a lot of times people lose their individuality. They lose their independence. They do everything surrounding that person, and then something happens, then they've lost themselves. If that person is no longer there or they decide that they're going to part, they don't know how to function at all. So we know that codependency can be good, but we also know that there's a detriment in it as well. Do you like that? Would you be like that with your man? Like, always around with each other?
No.
No? You can do it?
No.
How about you, Dwan?
I think I've done that, and I would not do it again.
Is that something you can help? Like you have to?
No, when you're young, you can't because you
young.
have these myths in your head
When you're
of
young.
how it's supposed to be from watching Disney, Lifetime, Hallmark, and all of these shows.
They lied to us. They lied to
you.
Yeah.
It's like there's always a fairy godmother that sprinkles dust and makes everything right.
Oh my God.
No, that's not how it works. So
lied
yeah,
to.
when I was younger, sure, I always wanted to be around my person at that time, all the time.
Yeah.
But now,
You're not so
no,
sure.
I don't see myself doing that anymore because I don't think it's healthy.
That's
That's not a diss to anyone that is in a type of relationship. If it works for you, you love it, that you like it, I love it. Okay, because I love, right? And I'm not trying to knock you if that works for you. I'm never
Right.
gonna do that, right? But for me, yeah, I think it's important to have your bond, your unit, your togetherness, but it's also important to have your own space and your own time. I'm not saying you should your guy should be like, hey babe, I'm going to Dominica with the boys, to the Dominican Republic, to the boat with the boys for 2 weeks. That's not what I'm saying. Okay.
You know, you may not go.
Right. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But we can go together. But right. It's okay to take trips, but not like 2-3 weeks. I see a problem here.
There's a problem
But-
with one day trips.
You think?
They can be.
I
said
know.
can be.
It can be. It can be. It can be a problem. It can be a problem. One day trip, weekend trip, blah blah. But it can be a problem. But no,
too.
I don't
Mhm.
see. I don't see myself doing something like that again, where my partner doesn't have space or I don't have space.
Yeah, if you gotta go
I don't
away
think
for
it's healthy.
3 weeks, okay, you can go away for a couple of days, but I'm coming afterwards. I'll meet you there, or you're behind needs to come home.
Yeah. I'm to the point.
What
Have you
you
seen
doing,
that house that
Dwan?
has like 2 sides and then there's like a bridge in the middle? I want that kind of house. That's where I'm at right
I hear you.
now.
Okay, Dwan. I can envision your house.
Yes. Mhm.
Lisa said, when I was married, that's how me and my husband was. Oh, I just love Lisa with how she puts these words together in these phrases.
That's pretty cool.
It's beautiful.
My husband.
It was annoying to everyone but us. Laugh out loud. Yep. I can see that. Yeah. People start talking. You're always together. Why do you finish other sentences? Yeah.
Mhm.
Jealous.
Right.
I don't think that's a bad thing. It's a bad thing.
Okay.
But
expound.
I do think that I think eventually sometimes it kind of plateaus, especially when it's new, it's fresh. I think eventually one person will say, "Hey, I need to go and hang out with my girls for a little bit, or I need to go hang out with the boys." I think that making sure that there are healthy boundaries. I think healthy boundaries are needed in relationships, but it has to be healthy. Not just having a boundary and you going off and doing your own thing, right? And there's a thing called quality time over quantity time, where we're just not always spending time with each other in terms of numbers, but we're having now quality conversations, quality interactions, where we're both feeding each other and we're reciprocating, and it makes sense. It's healthy and it's being adults, right?
I just had this thought about boundaries. Boundaries are so important when you decide if you're in a relationship and you want your partner to have a guy's night out or a girl's night out or weekend, vice versa. Boundaries are very important, right? Because you need to be clear on what is acceptable and what's not acceptable. And I think that person needs to respect that and vice versa. I'm thinking that people go out on these weekend trips and they forget.
Having a conversation like you have friends. If your friend, if one of your say girls are there too, it's a guy or you to get a shoulder rub or back rub from your friend. Is it healthy? Like where are the parameters? Where do you? And I think that everybody has their own, even with the word cheating or flirting, everyone has their own same page. No one feels slighted. No one feels as if, they're doing something. Found out, how would they feel? You want to be
Right.
clear.
Yeah, we're adults, but you don't know how that person would feel if you go out with your friends at 9 a.m. and then return at 3 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So something simple as a curfew can be a sticking point and should be discussed.
Yeah. I think the more you discuss, you can never discuss enough. I think the
Never.
more you discuss is the better your relationship could be.
Yeah, because there's so many scenarios
Mm-hmm.
that could happen. It's almost like you should do role playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like for real, for real.
Like if a girl comes to you and she one of your coworkers and she brought you lunch. Do you accept it or not? How do you respond to that?
No, I would be like, if you're at work and your coworker brings you lunch, how would I feel about it? Not if you should accept it or not. How would I feel about it? Right? How would I feel? Would that hurt my feelings as your female coworker brought you lunch? Or would I be like, oh, that's nice. Who cares? Great. Because at the end of the day, it's how you feel.
How you
Man
feel.
or woman, it's how you feel in that situation.
So what if the man is like, yo, I would be cool if your coworker brought you lunch because I trust you. So I expect you to be cool too if I do it. And then the answer might be no.
That has to be a discussion.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure a guy can come with that scenario. I think that I personally think it's a way to get what you want, right? Without really hearing or respecting what your partner is saying. You're saying that because this is what you want and you want me to agree with you. So it's just something that needs to be discussed and talked about, and maybe counseling just to see, because really and truly, what's the big deal if your coworker that you've been working with for 18 years buys you lunch, or that both of the partners have met each other and have a good rapport with one another? What is the big deal, really? Is it really something that's in you that's causing that problem, or is it really an issue? Right? Yeah. Is this person, woman or man, the person that gets around the office? That might be different for you, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Things to talk about, guys. Make sure you are talking about these real.
Oh, sorry. I was just trying to add something about the boundaries because I spew about boundaries
say it again.
all day. Oh, I said I talk about boundaries all day, every day, because they are like the most vital part of any relationship. They define us. They define what is me and what is not me. So I tell them all the time, like, boundaries define to people who you are, what you can tolerate, and what you will not tolerate. So boundaries are very important, and they always need to be discussed. They need to always be updated. They need to be fair. So you can't be accepting lunch from a male coworker, and your a significant other can't accept lunch from a female coworker. It has to be fair. It has to be fair. There needs to be some understanding there. But it's just, boundaries are so important. So I just wanted to maintain a healthy relationship. So, and prevent resentment. So.
I agree. I love it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Don't forget our radiothon next week. We will be on from 4 to 6 p.m. So we'll have an extended show next week from 4 to 6 p.m. We'll be on. We'll be chopping it up together. We will be definitely getting some guests on. If you'd like to be a guest, send us a DM and let us know, and then we can definitely have you talk. We can talk about it and have you on the show. But our marathon is next week. All the DJs are going to be having their extended times, maybe 4 hours or 6 hours. Please tune in to youchooseradio.com and let's have some fun. Let's have some fun next week, guys. It's gonna be good. Radiothon on youchooseradio.com.
we haven't had a 2-hour show in quite some time. So this is
Yeah.
going to be fun. So
Mhm.
are we going to take music requests? I'm just asking for the people. But also, are we going to play the games we used to play? Remember that game we used to play where we would be talking, right? I know we
Mhm.
have new listeners
Mhm.
now, but we'd be talking,
Mhm.
chopping it up about something, and
Mhm.
there'd be a word, and out of the blue, I would
Mhm.
have to come up with a song to
Mhm.
match that word.
Yeah.
That was a fun game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I
We'll have
think it's
some
gonna
fun
be a
next
fun
week.
time.
Yes. So some people have been asking about us having a talk show. So next week will definitely be a 2-hour show, guys. So tune into that.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Cool. Dwan, you are a little bit delayed, but it's okay. I don't
You
know.
look fabulous.
Oh, thank you. You guys look fabulous as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We try.
All right, y'all. If you're just logging in, we're talking about myths in relationships. Myths in relationships. There's so many myths going around, and people are making up their own myths each day. But how about this? Is this a myth or not? Opposites attract.
That's not a myth.
No.
It's a reality.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think that's a myth. I think opposites can attract.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
do we want someone? So, okay. So, opposite. So, let's delve into that. Opposites attract. So now we have separate goals, different values, different things that we want to accomplish. Is that the total opposite that we're talking about? I like pizza, you like burgers. Like, how does the opposite attract really work?
I don't know. Maybe I should change that to opposites attract to an extent.
Right.
Opposites attract to an extent.
Because you want to have somebody that has the same
Mhm.
values and your same goals, and like you said, somebody that they can finish your sentence. I think that's a pretty cool thing. So when you are together, when you're bonded, you know each other, and you have the same views. It helps to kind of alleviate some problems, though sometimes you would need a healthy balance, and someone that can not just, you don't want a yes person all the time. Like, oh my God, I agree with the same thing. Sometimes you need somebody that could say, hey, let's think about this a little bit more. Let's say you have an example of we both like shopping. And somebody has to have a balance to say, wait, we got to pay the bills.
You'd be broke.
We got to pay the bills. Obviously,
Right.
we don't want to be broke, right?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I think opposites attract and can attract. Maybe someone who loves hip hop
Mm.
with somebody that loves rock. They
Mhm.
can teach each other those different genres of music.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
values and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
not so much. I'm sure there's people that have done it, but I could see that just going crazy unless
Mm-hmm.
there are two people that have different values and can still come together, listen to each other, and take whatever are from that. Because in the oppositeness, I think you can learn something about somebody else, and I think it's important
Mhm.
that we learn things about other people, other religions, other cultures, other aspects, other different ways of looking at life. I think it's important. Else it could be boring.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that there's for some of us this there's this innate need to learn, and I think in a
Mhm.
relationship having some opposite things keeps that spark where you're learning stuff about each other. You're
Mhm.
learning different things because you see things differently. You see the world differently.
Mm. Mm.
Right.
And then there's
Okay.
some
Well, I
core
think the
values that I
opposite.
think should be
Aligned.
the same. It should
Mhm.
align.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead, Dwan.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, I think opposite, like you said, opposites attract to a certain point because I think there has to be an initial attraction to put you two together. But then as you get close deeper into relationship, you're gonna find that you have some differences. But then I also think like when you get deeper into the relationship, like core values, behaviors and things, if they're too opposite, that'll kind of push you away. So I think initially, yes, opposites can attract, but in the long run, sometimes it doesn't keep you together.
Mm. So the goal is opposites attract, whatever we, and then make sure we come together and and we're no longer opposite, but we are homogeneous.
Aligned
I
in
like
some
that
things.
one.
I'll say that. Just aligned in most things, but have some opposites in there
Mm.
for some reason.
Yeah. Lisa said opposite temperaments can be attractive. I couldn't deal with someone as high strung as myself. I like the quiet type.
Oh Lord.
Okay. There
Okay.
you go.
Okay.
See?
That makes
Opposites
sense.
do attract. She wants a
Mhm.
quiet man, maybe with some mystery.
Quiet with some mystery.
Maybe. I don't know.
And then
To each his
Lisa,
own.
some people like, where you get the soft man from? He's too soft. Where the soft man come from? Lisa, what up?
Wow.
What up, Lisa? What up you
And
bring him?
in the defense of soft men, maybe
Yeah.
not all soft men,
Mhm.
quiet, mysterious types. Maybe some of are strong in their softness.
Strong and silent
You
type.
know,
Yeah.
Gentle
Strong and
giant.
silent.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
gentle giants. I love gentle
Mm-hmm.
giants. They're like teddy bears.
Mhm.
They're
Mm-hmm.
fierce when they need to be.
Mhm.
Mm,
But to be able to be with somebody with a temperament like that, that's high, obviously there has to be some strong qualities or characteristics within that person to be able to maintain that
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to tame it and bring it down. Because it's like we would talk about being submissive. It'll take a man with that quality to be able to let, like a temperament like what Lisa's talking about, to be submissive and to like calm and simmer down. She said strong silent type is very attractive to her. She'll bring out the wild side. All right, Lisa.
Woo, party time.
Of course, of course, of course. All right. One more. Let's see. True love. True love means never arguing. True love means we'll never argue. Oh my God. I'm so in love with you. We'll never argue. Myth or
That's a
not a myth?
myth.
That's a myth.
Yeah. We should have had cards that said myth, not
Okay.
myth.
Big myth.
Put them around.
Yeah. We should do
Oh,
that
that would
next
have been
time.
awesome.
We'll do that
Yeah.
for next week.
Yeah, yeah.
Remind me. Okay. Because why? Because healthy couples argue, right?
You
Because
have to.
healthy couples argue and are constructive in their comments, and they're
Yeah.
not tearing each other down.
Yeah. You
And
have to argue, but there's a way to do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and make sure if you're gonna say something that's like with me. If with me, I'm upset about something, I'll be. We talked about that. I guess that wall, because I'll have to like stop, take my time, and reflect and get my words together, so that I don't say anything that's disrespectful. So I think that's healthy. How much time is too much time? That's also another situation. But you want to be constructive in your communication and problem solve together is the key.
Yep, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Agreed.
All right. I think
Mm-mm. Not on that one.
not on that one. All right, let's see. Do you say love is enough to overcome all problems?
Kinda. It was
Kinda.
phrased differently, but I think
Mm.
the answer would have been the same. It takes more. That's a
Okay,
myth.
never go to bed angry. Never go to bed angry.
I don't think that's a myth.
No,
No.
think it's a
I
thing
don't
that
think
should
people
be
do
done.
it.
Mm.
I
Right.
don't think people do it, but I don't think it's a myth. I think it's something that people should do.
Sitting
Yeah.
up in the
Yeah.
bed,
Yeah, just mad.
trying to not sleep.
Yeah.
Right.
Wake up the next morning,
Right.
you
It's
know,
still gonna be an issue when you wake
stretching,
up.
turn
So
to the face.
mhm.
Mad. Yeah, mad. It's still there. Yeah, so no. Imagine waking up mad. I've done that.
Yeah,
It's
Mhm.
not good.
it happens. But the
No.
thing is, rest does allow someone to be able, and then stopping makes you reflect. You know, you wake up in the morning and you're just like refreshed, hopefully, and then you just be able to, prevent the harsh words that could be said. So sometimes when you sleep on it, I think sleeping on it is healthy.
Maybe sleeping on it in separate homes.
Separate homes. What if it's your husband?
Well, then you can't go to bed mad.
The bridge?
Yeah, or the bridge home. Yeah. Or the bridge home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you're gonna do that.
Sir.
No takers?
Well, Dwan's delayed a little bit. So.
Yes. Okay. So this is the part that I don't like.
Wait, I guess we could talk about his comment. Afro Betty Boo, like creative. Everton had a comment. Special spending quality time, breaking bread with family during the holidays can be sentimental. All right. Yeah. Nope. Okay. That's a lot to type. Thank you very much. So yeah.
So
quality time is important, Everton. Yes, it is.
Yes. So this is the part that I don't like, my friends, listeners of the Positive Forces Show, our ride or dies, and our new ones. We love you so much. I really love chopping it up with you guys and with Kimmy Kim on the 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. She does it all. And with Dwan, the one certified counselor specialist extraordinaire. And me, of course. What's my new name? The social relationship observer. That's me.
Thanks,
Shout out to Lisa. Thank you very much. So yeah, my final thought is that, let's just keep healthy for December. We are in the middle of the rat race. This is where everyone is running around, running yourself ragged, getting gifts, buying stuff, out there running on the streets, working really hard, trying to finish those projects, trying to make sure your kids are happy, trying to, do everything, even though it isn't really humanly possible. But we put all these things on our chest, on ourselves, all these things to do lists, not really realizing that, guess what? At some point, the month is going to end and we're going to be in January 2025. So let's just take it easy. Don't put too much pressure on yourselves. Take it easy. Understand that, this rat race that we're in isn't really necessary, and that you don't want to run yourself out and burn yourself out. And with all of that, let's remember to be compassionate to ourselves and be compassionate to our family and be compassionate to our neighbors, not just the neighbors that are actually across the street or to your right or left, but your neighbors at the Publix and the CVS's and the Walmarts and the Walgreens and the Honey Baked Ham stores. Let's be compassionate. Thank you and good night.
Okay. That's right. I just wanted to say, if we really think about what a myth is, it's just a story that explains like shared human experiences. So maybe somewhere down the line, years and years ago, hundreds of years ago, maybe that's how love was back then. But I would like everybody to leave the myths in 2025 and come into some reality about relationships, making sure that we are open and honest and true with our partners, making sure that we come into the relationship fully whole, happy, and just making sure that, the love is there, but there's some work with it too. So that's all I wanted to do.
That's what's up. You took my words. Pick up yourself, everybody. You choose Radio Family, Viscosity Blend, Zion Highness Radio, Reggae Global Radio. Guys, we love you. Don't forget, next week we'll be on from 4 to 6 p.m. We're going to be on a marathon, guys. It's a You Choose Radio marathon. All the DJs will be on for at least 2 to 4 hours, just kicking it, rocking it. And listen, please, 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 big up yourself. DJ VJ Smiles. Oh my gosh. Love you, love you, love you. Marlon. Yes, sir. Respect. Mr. Harper, Mr. Cooper. Pick up yourself. All of the families. Lisa, Veronica Ellis, Julie Bailey. Guys, thank you for always being with us. Regina, thank you so much for being with us today. We love you. And you guys take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves.
I'ma make a toast because we still alive. No big, I feel like pop. Shoot a shot. Coming in.
See you next week, guys.
Wake 'em up, wake 'em up. See him still sleeping, so I had to pick him up. Shake him up. Kept it too real. I wasn't big enough. My real life was a headline. Your real life got a deadline. My timeline was a hashtag. Your timeline just a hate crime coming in. Back in line 4 when it took 5 shots. Too much drive to ride your way. This my top and I'm off that line. Black on black. Uber poolers trying to catch my vibe and find my way. Yeah, I know I'm ratchet, but I'm really safe. Start dripping. Everybody want to start dipping. First, nobody want to listen. Now everybody pay attention. Now everybody pay fee. Even Trump got to take a knee. When the horn blow, y'all gonna see. Make the wall fall down like.